because she told me that pretty much Lithuanian men are like hard nuts to crack. Like I remember the first time I told Simas that I loved him, I went ahead and learned how to say "Aš tave myliu," which means I love you in Lithuanian. And I told Simas, "Oh, Simas, aš tave myliu." She was like, "Oh," and he gave me a hug. And I was like, "That's it." Guys, welcome back. I don't even know if I should be this happy because this is actually a story time video and it's going to be like a sad story time video. So if you have popcorn, go get it. I'm gonna get my juice right now, so hold it. I'll be right back. No, like 2 seconds.
Wait till you guys see what juice it is, because it's not juice. It's nasty.
No, it's not.
It's Malta. No way.
What's wrong with it's non-alcoholic.
Right.
It has calcium in there, proteins, and a lot of salt, but guess what?
And sugar.
It tastes good. Anyways, let's get into the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so welcome back. Let's get into the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah. Alright, so today's story is not like everyone says, not that happy. About when we almost broke up, or when our relationship was kind of rocky.
Yeah.
So this is taking us back to like kind of like the early stages of our relationship, and basically we had a bit of stress and friction back then. So a lot of it had to do with a lot of external factors like moving and changing jobs and being in school and bad communication and just a bunch of things that like we were, I don't know if it was either like we were like too young or it was too early, but like there were a lot of things that
I think it's a lot of factors, yeah. And we were still getting to know each other too. Right. Because we were like 3 or 4 months in, or 5 months probably.
Something like that. Yeah. So basically, like at one point, I got a new job, and the new job was like something, you know, like when I was younger, not that I'm that old yet, but I used to work like a bunch of like random jobs, like work at
he used to work odd jobs. No, I'm lying.
No, seriously though, like I would work in like a clothing store, I'd work in like a restaurant, or like work in like doing this or that, and then I got like my first like real job. Right, and the first real job was like working in an office, like constant training. It was like school and work with like a lot of intensity mixed together, and it was just like I would literally like be like on the edge because it was so much. It was like such a big like shock for me to like
change. It was a big change, I'd say.
Yeah, it was really That's a good way to put it.
Hold on, So from the line of progression of the video, you can see that Simas was the one in the wrong that made us almost break up, but blaming never helps a situation, so it was both of us, I think.
I don't know. I mean, yes and no. I think I blame us on like communication, I guess, because neither one of us was really that strong in communicating with each other yet, which definitely kind of like groomed us, I guess, for like the future. Like we hit like rock bottom, and then like
it was like it never had been that low again. It never went back down. But a lot of it had to do with me not trusting Simas either, because I never really had good relationships in my past, to be honest, and I kind of was unfair to you because I was probably placing blame on you based on what I had been through before. So when Simas started becoming distant and everything, I was thinking everything like he was seeing somebody else, and then I was talking to my mom about it, and I was crying to my mom because I was like, oh, I really like this guy, but I don't think it's gonna work out between us. And my mom, she was like, I never talk to my mom about things like that because usually she tells me, toughen up, why are you crying for? And this time she was actually like, wow, I know you must feel some type of way because I see that you really like him. And I was like, wow, my mom is actually not telling me to not cry over people or, you know, so I was like, wow, she really understands. And then that time was like a wake-up call for me, and I was like, if we're gonna work out, I'm gonna have to start trusting him and not like placing anything on him from my past relationships. And that's like in every situation, you carry baggage from your past, I think.
Yeah, it's not just relationships. Any experience you had, whether you like it or not, sometimes you're gonna go back in your memory and be like, aha, it was like this before.
So
I'm thinking maybe
why would it be different?
Right. But we learned to, I think, like at the end of the day, like we tried to take valuable lessons from a lot of experiences. We learned that we need to talk to each other a lot better.
That was a big fault with Simas in the beginning of our relationship. Poor communication. He didn't want to talk. He didn't want to show feelings. I remember the first time I told Simas that I loved him, I went ahead and learned how to say "Ashtav Emilio," which means I love you in Lithuanian. And I told Simas, "Oh, Simas, Ashtav Emilio." She was like, "Oh," and he gave me a hug. And I was like, "That's it." And I was so mad. I was so mad at him for not telling me back. But it's a good thing. Oh, you feel bad? It's okay. It's a good thing that he didn't just say it back if he wasn't feeling it yet, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I don't like to lie, and I don't want to tell you, like...
So you didn't love me then?
No, it just wasn't that strong yet, so I didn't want to, like, set you up for a disappointment. Like, I'm not going to say something I don't mean, put it that way, right? And if, like, I didn't know, like, if I was really at that stage yet or not, and when it finally, like, came out, it was mutual, it was strong, and it was real.
Yeah. It is true because like when he didn't want to say it and I felt discouraged. Like I was like, damn, I'm pouring like everything out to this guy. And that's just me though. Like whenever I start in a relationship, I go head on. I don't break.
That's you with anything.
I don't break. I don't pause. If I know that I want something, I'm getting it. But I'm glad that he didn't lead me on and like, you know, knew his intentions weren't that in the beginning or in the end. But I think it turned out okay.
Somehow, some way, yeah. I mean, for us, it was like you are 100% or nothing kind of person.
Yeah.
For me, like I'm like slowly like come up 2 steps, come back 1, come up 2 steps.
I hate that.
You go from here like that.
Yep.
You just skip everything in between. It's like, all right, this or that, this or that, this or that. For me, it's like everything has a gray area. For you, it's black and white.
So
yeah, go ahead.
So the bottom line of why we almost broke up was Simas's job and the change of environment that we had to deal with him, like consistently training and not being able to express to me that he was going through a lot of stress. Because I thought that everything was okay on his end because he doesn't show his emotions, or he didn't back then. So it was all about communication and not being able to deal with certain things, I think.
I think that's fair because, like, at the end of the day, I should be able to come back and, like, talk to you, but it was still, like, early in the relationship, and it was, like, when we met, like, I had just, like, I graduated shortly after we met, and it was, like, one change after another change. It was, like, so much, like, growth, and as you guys have probably heard before, like, growing is painful often, so we, like, had to take some drastic steps to make sure that we're good, you know?
Yeah. And too, Simas's mom, she really helped me afterwards to understand, because she told me that pretty much Lithuanian men are like hard nuts to crack. Like they do not really show their emotions. They're scared to show feelings.
So wait a minute.
And she told me that his dad only told her that he loved her after they got married. So I was like, wow, he's dealing with a replica of his dad. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
I guess it's cultural, it's personal. Like it's a lot of things because again, not everybody is the same way. You know, there's a lot of differences between me and my dad, but I guess there's also some similarities. But you know, it's just to each their own, but we got past it. Like I said, the key is communication.
Right. That morning though, it was like a specific day, and we took the train together to go to work, and like we just like hugged for like 10 minutes straight without saying anything. And I think that we were like, I don't know, virtually communicating our feelings to each other.
Yeah.
And then I went home, and he was at work, and I didn't know if I was supposed to text him or not, because I didn't know if this was just it by the time. And then when he was finished with work, he texted me, and I was like, I was so happy. I was holding up my phone to the Evans.
Yeah, no, like what you were saying with like texting and like communicating at work. Like I usually don't have much time during work. Like I don't have a lot of downtime to connect. But like sometimes like it's okay for me to pick up my phone for like 30 seconds here and there, just like to check up on you. Back then it wasn't like.
Because you were still like.
I was so fresh. I was so new. I was under such like heavy spotlight, and I'm like, yo, I cannot take my phone out. I can't talk to you. I can't do this. It was like, and then you're thinking, who knows what the hell is going on, you know? So.
And my nagging little self was like a little fly around Simas. Why are you not texting me? Why are you not calling me? And now, I mean, I get it. Now I don't even like pick up my phone sometimes when you're texting at work.
That's a different video. That's gonna be a different you and your hard to get kind of ways when you're studying.
Yeah, that's what I just heard. Anyways, guys, we got through it. We were able to, I don't know, somehow, by the grace of God, probably pull through, and here we are today. We're still together, and it's never been like that ever since.
Yeah.
And I know even more now that Simas loves me. And I think his mom is like a reassurance for me, because she told me that she's never ever seen him like that before. So I must be doing something right? Right.
You're just so weird and annoying. And my mom laughs at everything you do, so. And
you think I'm awkward.
Yeah, because the English is not her first language, so.
Yeah.
Awkward and odd and strange sound much better in Lithuanian than they do in English.
Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. And hopefully you can take something from it, that communication is key. So if you're going through something with your partner, or you're in a relationship and there's like poor communication, maybe that's what you need to work on to get things going back to the way it was.
Yeah, because looking back at it, like we always talk about it, there's so much in our relationship that we take for granted. Like we don't have to worry about our parents, and we don't really have to worry about too much distance. Especially like back then, yeah, we lived fairly far away, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It was manageable. So like these kind of things, and like food. Like we don't have to fight about what restaurant to go to. Because we both eat usually the same or very similar things from the same places all the time. So it's not like one of us is like a vegetarian and the other one eats like a bunch of meat or something, you know?
Right.
So stuff like that made it easier.
Yeah.
And we could always bond over food.
Anyways, guys.
Which reminds me, I'm hungry.
No, I'm not cooking, so
That's right.
I gotta go back to do my work. Alright, so that's it for this video, guys, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Or, I don't know if you can enjoy something sad, but...
Well, it's a happy ending.
Yeah.
Or happy continuation for now.
Yeah. Alright, bye guys!